What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are waiting for a personality, Katie, you and William think that you guys got around the evil empire, but guess what, baby? The North still remembers. Y'all, what am I talking about? If you guys don't know, what's his name? George just celebrated his 11th birthday. Yeah. Coochie coochie coo. I find it odd that for everything that's going on, William and Kate, in my opinion, to cover up for them not working, Kate's disappearance, William's allegedly wandering, wandering friendships, they are now putting their kids out in front of the media, throwing them a bone. Now, a lot of people thought that there was like some type of war brewing between William and Kate and the media because they're not giving their kids' photos directly to the press, right? And they're saying this is William putting his foot down. Let me tell you something. William will never put his foot down for people that literally voted him the sexiest bald man alive. And then to mess with them a couple later, voted him number 2 behind Jeremy Clarkson. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, you will know that they were dragging him. But y'all, I did a little research, and it's actually more like you would have thought, more insidious, more maniacal, and more dark natured than you thought. Now, let me just say this, right? Will and Kate have the right to post pictures of their children wherever they want. I'm saying that they're posting pictures of their children, this time breaking tradition by they're now releasing the kids' birthday pics on Instagram. You know why they're doing that, right? They're releasing those birthday pics on Instagram because then the AP cannot comment on there. Just hear me out because this is actually true. See, when you give stuff directly to the press and then the AP circulates it, they actually checked images for whether they're verifiable. They checked them for photo filtering, Frankenstein filtering, all the stuff William and Kate got in before. But when the AP press or anyone sources photos off of the Instagram account, they don't put any of those taglines because at the end of the day, it hasn't been verified. It is an Instagram pic. Now, here's the thing. They're betting on people's trust. Because think about it. If it was some random picture just floating around, they'd be like, yeah, this wasn't verified by the AP. And we would all think something funny of it. However, you need to realize what's going on here. If you see, oh, this was taken from the Princess of Wales Instagram and we haven't verified it, you'd be like, well, of course not. It's an Instagram pic. Of course it's posed. Of course it's filtered. Of course it's this. Do you see where this is going? William and Kate are back to their old tricks. And maybe we love to see it because here's the one thing I will say, right? And I hate to compare Harry and Meghan to them, but I will. Unlike Harry and Meghan, that they literally have to go out and pay people to do interviews against them. They have to go out and try to rage bait. Hey, do you know Harry and Meghan? What do you think? Right? They have to look for controversy. William and Kate and that whole Kensington Palace, baby, they fall into it on themselves. They mess up on themselves. Do you think about it? Was anybody looking, trying to dog them on the Caribbean when they went to, what was it, Jamaica, and were like cooing at kids through cages and riding around in their colonial best when Jamaica literally said, we want a referendum. We don't want you to rule us anymore. You see what I'm saying? They mess up on their own. That's why Will and Kate are scared to go out of the country on their own because they're afraid that they will humiliate their country again. It did not escape my attention that William was standing by the chief colonizer and womanizer. You can't tell me Camilla didn't let Charles do whatever he wants and joined in when she could. I'm just saying. She literally, on her birthday, they announced that the reason why Charles stuck by her is because she is fine to play his bottom B, doing whatever, whenever, however he wants. Okay, so what do we have with that, right? William and Kate, so William only went out to France when he was standing next to Charles and Camilla. William is scared to go overseas by himself. Interesting enough, he will be in Africa in November when Jecca Craig is going to be at the Earthshot Prize, I'm sure they're going to say that Kate is still going through preventative chemo even in November and she can't be present for anything. And Kate will show up alone on her Together at Christmas. Now, getting back to this, they posted that they said, here's the exchange. This is the excuse they said, right? The Prince and Princess of Wales, another long-standing tradition, the release of a new photograph for Prince George for his 11th birthday. While there's always been a precedent for Prince William and Kate to issue official images under embargo to the press on the eve of their children's birthday, the new portrait of George was posted straight to social media on his birthday on July 22nd. Again, they're doing that on purpose. It's a long-running tradition. The couple first changed back in April for Prince Louis's 6th birthday. Remember that Photoshop picture that she put out with the photograph of the youngest lying barefoot on a blanket on the grass, was on Instagram for his special day. And that's when everybody ripped it apart. The change in the way the Wells released new photographs of their children was understood to be due to the unprecedented time the family's experiencing amidst Kate's ongoing cancer treatment, her diagnosis first revealed in March. Now, when I read that, I said, maybe Kate is going through cancer treatments, but now you're using cancer treatments as an excuse for why you're putting photos up on Instagram, because isn't it easier just to pass it off to the media? And the fact that we are still doing this dumb narrative that William and Kate like to do, we're just like you. We don't do anything special. We post our own pictures. You have a whole staff that is meant to do that. It also avoided the uproar sparked by the princess's digitally altered Mother's Day photo. Kate issued a public apology in March when the image William took of the princess and the kids was found they keep saying edited. It was a Frankenstein photo. The portrait was withdrawn by picture agencies over concerns that had been manipulated after discrepancies were spotted in the photograph. Again, right? Kate's always taking another departure, making the kids pick in black and white. We can know what Kate's pictures for the whole year are going to look like. They're going to look like Harry and Meghan's Christmas cards. Like, let's be for real, right? But anyway, they swear they're going to do this. George looks like, I mean, what am I going to say? He's a cute kid. God bless him with those parents and that family. He's going to need all the luck in the world. But I just find it interesting that William and Kate keep changing the way they do things because they are trying to protect themselves from criticism. When they do that, they just go to a very, very small island. Anyway, did y'all hear also Pippa Middleton didn't get to meet what's that guy's name? Carlos, the guy that won the Wimbledon. Carlos Alcaraz. I'm not saying it right, but you get my point, right? Y'all saw the video where Kate was like, she remembers she had to introduce Pippa. He just ignored her and walked out. Now, at the end of the day, he is a champion. He was tired. He, out of respect, greeted Kate because she is like a diplomat. But all that sitting there and meeting all of Kate's friends, I mean, I think it's more embarrassing, not just to Kate, but to the royal family, that at the end of the day, who they think they are is only in London. I get it. Somebody that was of UK stature, because they all Dow would have never, they would have never. But at the end of the day, like, he is Spanish. He played a good game. He showed respect. But again, it's like, I don't know. Wait, Pippa had a very, very awkward moment where he acted like he didn't see Kate asking her. Maybe he didn't see, but I do find it odd that he actually says that he's a big, big fan of Suits. And if you're a big, big fan of Suits, something tells me you actually are on Sussex Squad, right? SK on Twitter said, oops, that was awkward. Kate tried to summon the Wimbledon champion to introduce her sister, who kindly just walked on and they started clapping awkwardly to save face. Now, just imagine if that was Meghan. If that was Meghan, they would have lambasted her. They would have humiliated her. It would have been front page headlines. They would have said, Meghan is no longer welcome at Wimbledon. The nation, But at the end of the day, I think we can all agree if it was Meghan, if it was Megan, not only would it have happened, but they would have called every person that sat in the stands and literally wanted them to go in detail about how much they thought Megan looked like a ho ho ho, showing too much skin, too sexual, smiling, fake, phony, narc. You know the way they come at this point, we just need to accept they just don't like Megan. They don't like what she represents. And that was Megan's fatal flaw. Because in America, there are a lot of racists and racism, but I feel like you can transcend that with some people where it's like, I'm just Megan, right? And even then, it doesn't work. But just hear me out. I feel like with the British monarchy, it doesn't matter how eloquent Megan was, how well Megan worked, how beautiful Megan looked, how supportive she was, how much she tried to, like, uh, 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 it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, what Megan represents cannot be allowed in their world. Under no circumstances can a woman in America, Megan's black. In South Africa, she might be considered colored. In UK, she might be biracial. You cannot let someone that is descendant of enslaved people marry in to the most prominent and popular royal family in the world, popular to that point. Okay. And the royal family's whole thing with racism goes deep. I was watching this TikTok, if I can find it, that literally was saying that the royal family in 1960 something actually said that they should be exempt from hiring any immigrants or people of color to work in that household. And then they're basically anti every law that manifests for equality. Again, the royal and when Megan said she didn't know anything about the royal family, I think as an American she knew a little bit, but what I think she actually meant was um she didn't know just like the point of the royal family is to uphold white supremacy, whites only, and what a proper pure bloodline is. That is the royal family's role. That's why they don't care that Kate doesn't work. They don't care that William is a fool. They don't care that Harry got kicked out. They don't care about Charles and Camilla and what they did to Diana. Because at the end of the day, the goal of that family is to uplift whiteness as royalty. And if only white descendants can be royalty, what does that say subconsciously to everybody that's not white? And you can say, oh, well, every land has their own kings and queens. Maybe, but look what happened the way they dragged Nigeria when the UK, when Meghan got made a princess. It was dirty. It was this, it was that, it was you gotta actually think about what they do in those cases and with that stuff. Any case, you sorry guys, they would have just saw my hold on. Destroyed Megan like they always do. That's their MO. That's what they're here for. And that's what they're always going to do. And I think the sooner we all realize that, the better. Okay. Me, Kate is racist. She is classist. She is elitist. She upholds that hierarchy of white supremacy and she wants to be the queen and at the top. Because of that, I treat Kate accordingly. I will never ask Kate for any sympathy or kindness or understanding because she's not going to give it. And I think that we should stop Sussex Squad asking for sympathy, empathy, or kindness. Megan's show's coming out. It's going to be a huge hit. Harry is going to do well in America. And William and Kate, I think I'm going to enjoy over the years watching those make themselves more and more relevant. But at the end of the day, I think I can stop asking why. What would have been if Megan was there? Can you imagine? It that's the sad thing, but the scary thing, what they did to Meg truly was nothing personal. Had that been me, you, your mom, sister, brother, whatever, it would have been the same outcome. Unfortunately, it was just Megan who Harry, or maybe fortunately, chose to fall in love with. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.